Welcome back between Friday into Erev Shabbos. It's not Friday. And I want to thank our Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos generous sponsors, many Tzibor Fishman, Soschai, Rivka Bas Tzibor Freidel, in memory of Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Rav Yaakov Tzvi Ben David Aryeh. Oh, it is Friday, and we're turning our Friday into Erev Shabbos, and what a Shabbos and Mir Hashem it's going to be. A beautiful Shabbos on the Parsha that we read about and we learn about, and we were given the mitzvah of Shabbos. Parshas Yisro, Aseres Libros, 10 Commandments. Zachor es Yom HaShabbos L'Kadsho. Hashem says, remember the day of Shabbos in order to sanctify it. And Rashi says, the word Zachor is written with a kamatz. Sha'adam nimtza b'matzav shel zachira. A person on Shabbos is in a state of remembering. Shabbos is characterized. Shabbos is synonymous with zechira, remembering, being present, being mindful, remembering. What are we remembering? What are we remembering? Our childhood camp, our favorite song, our favorite food. What are we remembering on Shabbos? That Shabbos is the day of remembering. So the Sfas Emes writes, this is quoted in a previous beautiful essay by Rav Avram Shor Shlita. Sfas Emes writes, Ki b'Shabbos ha'adam zocher lama nishtalach la'olam hazeh. Shabbos is the day we remember, why are we here? Why were we put in this world? It's a taste of what it's really all about. Because olam hazehu olam ha'deshechacha. This world is a place of forgetfulness. All week long, we are distracted. All week long, we forget what matters, what's important. Being with our family, spending times with ourselves, being in conversation with Hashem, learning and laughing and singing and doing all week long. We're fighting to survive, to pay our bills, to get through the day, to do what we need to. We're in the Olam HaShichacha. We're in a world that causes us to forget what's most important and what matters. And Shabbos is Zachor es Yom HaShabbos L'Kadsho. Shabbos is a day of Zechira. It's a day of remembering, a day of remembering. And he goes on and he writes so beautifully. I want to share with you Rav Avram Shor, quoting from the Sfas Emes. Now, shechacha, forgetfulness, has a role in this world. Why? Chovas HaLevavos writes that the reason that we forget is because if we held on to every pain, if we held on to every moment of suffering, if we held on to every poor decision or bad judgment or bad moment, we could never operate, we could never live. So forgetfulness is a blessing. It's a blessing to forget the pain, the hurt. It's a blessing to forget the sting of something someone said or the harm or the injury that they caused. Forgetting can be a blessing, but remembering is also a blessing. Remembering what matters, remember what's important, remembering our history, remembering our precious moments. Remembering is also a blessing. There's a blessing in both. And he writes, if we remembered everything, we can never live, we can never operate. We'd be in a perpetual state of pain. Sfas Emes says, there's a to'elas l'shkoach mehevle ha'olam hazeh. There's a benefit and a value to forgetting the fleeting part of this world. Achen lachiyos bezeh ha'olam shenishtachenu lakan, aval im kozos l'shkoach mikom ha'olam hazeh matziah lo v'leida, ki ein ze tachlis ze to'elas. Forget what doesn't matter. Forget what's fleeting. Forget what's temporary. V'nimtza ki yesh la'adam beis kochos. It turns out that a person has two powers, koach zechira v'shechacha, to remember and to forget. Zechira lizkor tachliso b'zeh ha'olam. The power of memory, the power of remembering is to remember what matters, to remember what's important, to remember those shared moments. Shechacha l'shkoach mikol havlei ha'olam. The power of forgetting is to forgetting and dropping and moving on from what doesn't. The Yetzer Hara, he says, however, mixes up and confuses these two powers in this world. What happens? Instead of remembering what matters, what's important, and forgetting and dropping what's unimportant, we tend to remember what's unimportant. We tend to remember and to hold on to what's fleeting. And we tend to forget why we're here. We tend to forget what's most precious, what's most important, what matters the most. We tend to forget our mission. We get it backwards. We get it upside down. But Shabbos Kodesh comes when the Heilige Shabbos comes, and it helps each of us remember. We forget the Hevlei HaOlam. Shabbos comes, and our bank account and the news and our world and our work and our to-do list, it all doesn't matter. We forget it. We forget the sports scores and the box scores. We forget the stock. We forget it all. And what do we remember? We remember what matters, to be surrounded by our family, to be spending our time davening and learning, to be enjoying the company of others, to be singing the song of Shabbos. So all week long, We remember what we should forget, and we forget what we should remember, and Shabbos comes, and Shabbos corrects it. And these are the two mitzvahs of Shabbos, says Rav Shor. They are Zachor v'Shamor. Zachor misayeh al zikaron ha'emes. V'Shamor misayeh l'shkoch midvar mamvin l'shichras ha'emes. Zachor, the mitzvah of Zachor on Shabbos, Zachor v'Shamor b'dibur echad, the two sets of luchos, Yisro and Reschanan, Zachor v'Shamor b'dibur echad. So Zachor, remember what matters. Shamor, forget what doesn't matter. So the Sfas Emes is right. Tzarich ish Yisrael yiga atzmo kol yom lizkor zu hanatiyah v'lishkoch mehevlei olam. V'yal kol panim b'yom haShabbos shemizgal haneshama yiseira tzrichim lishkoch mehevlei ha'olam. So Chaver, that's our mission, that's our mandate, that's our work, that's why we're here. That's how we turn our Friday into Erev Shabbos. Get it right. As we're getting ready, put on that music, start dancing, cook that food, set that table, get that shower running, and wash off all the regret, all the remorse, all the mistakes of the week. And we turn our Friday into Erev Shabbos by getting it right, by entering a Zachor as Yom HaShabbos L'Kadsho, to go to a place of Zechira. Let's remember what matters. Let's remember what counts. Let's remember eternity and immortality. Let's remember our Gvura and Netzach. Let's remember Shabbos Me'ein Olam Haba. Let's remember a taste of the world to come. And Shamor, let's protect ourselves from forgetting what doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's narishkeit. It's nothing. Let it go. Move on. It's this world. It's fleeting. It's passing. Zachor v'Shamor. B'dibur echad. Let's not get it backwards. Let's remember what matters. Let's forget what doesn't. Let's spend our Shabbos remembering who we are, what we're capable of, and remembering what matters the most, and spending our time with the most precious being. So wishing everyone a holy Shabbos, a happy Shabbos, a healthy Shabbos, a Shabbos of chizuk, that Shabbos and Yeshua Krov Alavo, Shabbos Himilizok, Yeshua Krov Alavo, it should bring Besoros Tovos, Yeshua's Menachamos, should bring wonderful and great things for all of us and for all of Klal Yisrael.
The soil will say